If you've ever searched online for rabbit-safe vegetables, you've probably seen kale, broccoli, and other cruciferous vegetables listed as perfectly safe for your rabbit. But does safe mean they should be fed every day? If so, how much is safe? Today we're talking about brassica vegetables, why moderation matters, and how to safely introduce any new food into your rabbit's diet. When rabbit owners start researching healthy foods, they quickly discover lists of vegetables that rabbits can safely eat. But one of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming that safe automatically means feed as much as you want. A great example is this group of vegetables known as brassicas, or cruciferous vegetables. Brassicas include foods such as kale, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, mustard greens, collard greens, bok choy, and several other leafy vegetables. Many of these foods appear on those rabbit-safe food lists, so some owners end up feeding them regularly or even daily. The problem is that rabbit nutrition is rarely that simple. According to research and observations from rabbit experts and horticultural specialists, brassicas contain naturally occurring compounds called glucosinolates. These compounds serve an important purpose in nature. They help protect the plant by discouraging insects and animals from overeating it. In other words, these plants have evolved with their own defense system. While a small amount of these vegetables is unlikely to cause problems for most healthy rabbits, feeding large amounts on a regular basis may contribute to digestive imbalances in some individuals. For some, even a small amount will cause problems. A rabbit's digestive system depends on a delicate balance of beneficial microorganisms. When that balance is disrupted, harmful bacteria, yeast, or other organisms may have an opportunity to multiply. Digestive upset can follow, and once a rabbit's digestive system becomes unstable, problems can escalate surprisingly quickly. That doesn't mean kale is poisonous, it doesn't mean broccoli is dangerous, and it definitely doesn't mean you need to panic if your rabbit has eaten those foods before. What it does mean is that moderation is important. And it's also important to monitor your individual rabbit and see what he can tolerate. Remember, rabbits are individuals. Some rabbits seem able to tolerate a wide variety of vegetables with no obvious issues. Others have extremely sensitive digestive systems and react badly to even small dietary changes. Brassicas should be thought of as an occasional addition to a varied diet rather than feeding them too frequently. The good news is, rabbit owners have plenty of other excellent choices available. Romaine lettuce, red leaf lettuce, green leaf lettuce, dandelion greens, strawberry leaves, raspberry leaves, fresh and untreated grass. They can eat some of these things directly from your yard. There are many other rabbit-safe greens that help provide variety without relying heavily on cruciferous vegetables. And that brings us to another important topic, introducing new foods. Even when a food is considered rabbit-safe, introducing it too quickly can create problems. New rabbit owners can become confused by the rabbit-safe food lists. They start giving their rabbits foods from the OK for Rabbits list, and suddenly their furry friend has some digestive problems. The food may be perfectly fine, but tossing new foods at these animals haphazardly is often what causes these issues. A rabbit's digestive system needs time to adjust. The beneficial bacteria living in the gut must adapt to these new foods, and sudden changes can throw that process off balance. When owners add several new vegetables at once, or too much of one new vegetable, it becomes difficult to know which food caused the problem if something goes wrong. Always introduce one food at a time. Start with a very small piece. Something as simple as a small section of romaine lettuce or kale is enough for the first introduction. Then wait and observe. Check your rabbit's appetite, energy level, and especially those droppings. Healthy rabbit droppings should remain plentiful, round, and consistent. If everything stays normal, offer the same small amount again the next day. After several days with no issues, you can slowly introduce another rabbit-safe green while continuing to monitor your rabbit's digestive health. One common sign that a rabbit is struggling with a dietary change is the appearance of excess cecotropes. Cecos or cecotropes are not the same thing as fecal pellets. Fecal pellets are those round little poops that rabbits produce en masse every single day. Cecotropes, on the other hand, are a nutrient-rich cluster of these poopy substances that rabbits are supposed to consume directly. Seeing occasional cecotropes isn't necessarily a huge problem, but large numbers left uneaten can sometimes indicate that something in the diet needs to be adjusted. If your rabbit's digestive system is off, you won't just see the cecotropes, you'll smell them. These little shiny clusters of softer poop-like matter smell very strong. You should not see them laying around in the rabbit's environment, nor should you see any type of waste stuck to your rabbit's bottom. Other warning signs include soft stools, diarrhea, bloating, gas, decreased appetite, or changes in behavior. If you notice any of these issues after introducing a new food, stop feeding that item and return to a hay-focused diet until your rabbit's droppings normalize. If necessary, call your veterinarian. Hay should always remain the foundation of a rabbit's diet. Vegetables are to supplement that diet, not replace it. As a general guideline, many rabbit experts recommend working up to approximately 3/4 of a cup to 1 cup of greens daily for every 2 to 3 pounds of body weight. So individual rabbits may tolerate more or less, and of course, information sources vary. The key word here is individual. Rabbits all have fragile systems, but your rabbit's digestive system could be different than others in slight ways. It will ultimately tell you what works and what doesn't work. I also recommend dividing greens into 2 feedings whenever possible, one in the morning and one in the evening. This helps prevent overwhelming the digestive system with a large amount of fresh food all at once, but it also builds in well checks day and night. If I feed the rabbits a salad and they're not interested in eating it or excited for meal times, I know to take a closer look at that rabbit. Finally, you want to establish a consistent feeding routine. Rabbits thrive on predictability. Sudden changes in diet, schedule, or feeding amounts can sometimes contribute to digestive upset. At the end of the day, rabbit nutrition is not about finding one perfect vegetable. It's about variety, moderation, and paying attention to your individual rabbit. So of course, kale and other brassicas can have a place in a rabbit's diet. Just because it's safe doesn't mean you should feed it to your bunny in an unlimited amount. Understanding that difference can help you make better choices for your rabbit's short and long-term health. As always, if your rabbit shows signs of illness, including diarrhea, call your veterinarian. Digestive problems in rabbits can become serious very quickly. The more we understand about what we're feeding our rabbits, the better equipped we are to help them live long, happy, healthy lives.